Jack Purcell. Scissor me, daddy ass. Louis Perry, here comes. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. Faces and Heels Podcast.
Welcome to the Faces and Heels Podcast. We're broadcasting from wherever to whoever, whenever. Hey, I'm still getting over meeting Orange Cassidy at the Rhode Island Comic Con. Welcome to the Faces and Heels Podcast. Louis Perry, Jack Purcell. We're back.
Hey, I gotta say something. Tomorrow is a national holiday for me. I want to say it right now. Happy birthday, Mach. Respect, love. And for you, it's a national holiday. For me, it's a national holiday. The greatest of all time. Happy birthday, sir. Miss you. Blah.
Mr. Poffo.
Look at that. We're almost wearing the same thing. What did you think of my outfits this weekend, Jack?
Well, let me tell you something. You made a big impression on Kirsten meeting her for the first time. I had given her a general sense of what you were going to be dressed like, and you did not disappoint.
What? I forgot what I was wearing. I mean,
you were wearing like kind of this ambiguous white on Saturday. It wasn't Macho Man, and it wasn't.
Oh, it was one of my Elvis outfits. Maybe.
Yes, because I believe you were doing some Elvis dances that made their way online.
Oh my God! Yeah, that was Sunday when I was wearing nothing but Elvis. I had the bling everywhere, and yeah, that was from two different angles. I wish they played All Shook Up when I was there. I wish they played something else though. I wish they played like Polk Salad Annie, or an obscure song that true Elvis fans know, because I would have sung that or lip synced that and did that, because it would have been like, holy crap, this guy really is an Elvis fan. Yeah, I really am an Elvis fan. So it's like it would have been All Shook Up. Everybody knows All Shook Up, but I wish they did another song that was rocking that I could have did. But we had, when they did that, Shane's Supreme, man. I love him. And I talked about this last night in Angry Geeks. We had all the volunteers in the room, and we were doing the sound check for me for the day, because I was doing all the panels were going on. I was, introducing all the panels and everything. So as I was on stage, Shane from Supreme, all day long, they were calling me Elvis all weekend long, except for Friday when I was wearing the Macho Man outfit.
Right.
They started playing Elvis, and all of a sudden, you know how I get when they play the King. I just started, and yeah, made a fool out of myself.
Well, I thought you were going to get into a chair battle at one point. You were cutting a loud promo on a kid behind a comic book killer space,
yes!
and he picked up a chair, and I was like, oh my God, this is going to be awesome. Louis might get beamed with this chair.
That was Christo, Pleasant View Comics, one of Angry Geek's sponsors. I don't know who the kid was, but I got to give him props. What happened was Friday, as I was walking through, and I was wearing the Macho Man outfit that looked like this. For those of you at Rhode Island Comic Con, I'm wearing the hat and the wristbands right now, but yeah, I was wearing an outfit that looked just like that. Jack will tell you that celebs were like, just oh my God, who? I said, my wife made this, and so even when I was on stage introducing it, people were just going nuts. And I'm flattered by that, by the way. I'm very flattered. That's why I do it. I do it because it's me. I'm flamboyant. I'm just me. But this kid said something. I forgot what he said. So I just went off. I became me. The me that I work with you and work with Jamie, work with Angry Geeks. I became me. And I snapped on this on this kid, and I just started going off. Now, Christo, he he knew. He started laughing. And he's like, oh, God, Lewis went off the deep end. He came out of retirement. Because the kid, he just started firing back.
He did.
And started doing, he did. Yeah, and he just started whatever.
It's like,
and then all of us,
who are you?
I know. And all of a sudden, I just went full macho on him. And I just, on balance, off balance, doesn't matter. I'm better than you are. Yeah. And I just went full on this kid. And he started laughing. And I said, I retired more men than Social Security. He didn't know what to say. Then it was when you saw me, it was at the end of the day. What was it? Sunday. I think it was Sunday. Because I introduced you to Crystal because I want you to do some signings for him. And the kid had his back to me. And I just walked up behind him. Now, I'm going to use a very bad word here. I walked up behind him. He didn't even know. And I said, what you going to do now, bitch? I just whispered in his ear. The kid's father saw me coming. The kid jumped 15 feet in the air, spun around, and screamed. And that's when he picked up the chair, which was hilarious. Now, I had the Angry Geeks Championship belt with me because, people were seeing it. We had the Angry Geeks Live that you ditched. We almost killed somebody.
I had to finish a commission.
Yeah, I know you did, but yeah, we almost killed somebody. It was just a blast. But we had the Angry Geeks Championship belt with me. The kid saw that. Yes, Eric, we don't have a video of me cutting a promo on the kid. I was only on the convention floor very so often because I was busy. I was backstage, man. I was moving and grooving. I was jumping on the stage, off the stage, introducing this person, working with this person, doing this, doing that. I saw Jack maybe a handful of times. Am I right or wrong?
You're maybe less.
Maybe. I wanted to go out to eat or lunch, dinner or lunch with you. We didn't even do that because we were just so busy. But Orange Cassidy, I believe it was Saturday night, we were out for dinner. Producer Ian, Neil, and Duncan. We were all out. Neil, my son, Duncan, my cameraman, and producer Ian from Greenfield Public Access, who you finally got to meet, by the way.
I did.
Yeah, one of our producers. We were all out to eat at this little restaurant, horrible service, and it was just the only place that fit us in. Well, we didn't have to wait an hour and a half. Oh, and to the dude, I want to say this really quick. I didn't get a chance to say this last night. It just popped in my head. We went into the pub across the street from the convention center. There was a dude there when we walked in, paid me a compliment, said I was the best moderator there is. Comes to Rhode Island just to see me. I don't know who you are. Thank you so much for the compliment. Once again, you made my night. Thank you. I love to hear stuff like that. But please, just don't say it to me. Please go to the convention. Tell them guys, because they keep bringing me back year after year to entertain you guys, entertain the customers. So I appreciate the compliments. I really do. But just tell the black shirts, tell the gray shirts. They're the ones that need to know. And I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, man. I love it, but I just want the higher ups to hear it too. So just, again, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Right in the middle of the restaurant, he oh my God. And I really dug that, man. And I appreciate that. So anyway, we were sitting down eating, and Orange Cassidy walked by us.
Oh,
the old me would have got up. Yeah, the old me would have got up and tracked him down, but I didn't.
I wish I was there. I would have tracked him down.
I know you would have. You're a whore. I mean, you're a fanboy.
Right. My quick Orange Cassidy story is that I did a couple Orange Cassidy drawings on some sketch covers. And on Saturday morning, the day started with him retweeting it. So I was like, oh, that's cool. He likes it. So I went over to him on Saturday at some point early when it wasn't super crowded. And I did the sketch on the WWE sketch cover where it has the WWE logo on the top. And I wrote whatever, and I used the W and then just wrote the H on whatever, ... whenever, ... or what is it? Oh, wherever, whenever, whatever it was. Anyway, it was obviously a nod to his intro in AEW. So I brought it over to him and I was like, oh, hey, man, I appreciate your retweeting. I just wanted to give you this. And he's like, hey, dude, yeah, it's awesome. But I don't know if you know this, but I'm not in WWE. And I had to point out what I did on the top. And he's like, oh, cool. And I was like, yeah, man, I've saw you back in the days of Chikara and on and on. And I told him a couple quick stories, and he gave me like the Cassidy thumbs up, like the half thumb. He's like, awesome, dude. I love it.
Wow. And I want to say, Sophia is in the house. Hello, darling. Sophia is awesome. Check out her TikTok. Check out her Instagram. Check out her TikTok because she does some really, really great TikToks. Love her to death. And always picture, selfie, and you have to take a picture and selfie with Sophia when you see her. But thank you for stopping into the Faces and Heels podcast tonight. And much love and much respect, Sophia. So you really did that to you?
Yeah.
Hey, dude, I'm not into WWE.
Well, he was all in character. He was in character.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, he was funny.
I know.
He was funny.
Yeah,
I brought Kirsten, who doesn't really know Orange Cassidy as well as you and I. I know he's not your favorite, but he's one of my top guys. And she wanted to meet Barbara Eden. So I brought her over, and Orange Cassidy was 3 people down from Barbara Eden. So once she got over there to meet her, I was like, hey, there's Orange Cassidy. And I did like the thumbs up, and she just looked at me and was like, okay, let's go. And we moved on.
Barbara Eden was just phenomenal.
She was.
Her managers, the Emery twins, or I forget their names. I had to introduce them on the stage. They were blinged out what they were wearing, and we made a joke backstage where we would have been the Emery, the Beverly or Emery triplets or whatever their name. I can't remember their name at the moment, because I was blinged out. They were blinged out with the clothes. It was a moment. It was hilarious. But yeah, she was just phenomenal. Vicki Lawrence was phenomenal. Just Rhode Island Comic Con. It was just awesome for me. It was just fantastic.
I'm glad. Yeah. I mean, I was a little disappointed that the wrestlers got canceled with AEW.
Well, they were the reason why what happened was they were all at Collision.
Well, I was getting to that. You interrupted me halfway through that sentence. AEW needed them for Collision. So you saw Darby Allin wrestle the match. I'm not sure why Britt Baker got pulled because she wasn't on, but whatever, whenever.
Yeah, they'll be back. Don't worry. ARE, they're going to bring them back.
Okay.
Kevin Nash didn't have no excuse.
Well, Kevin Nash canceling at an appearance is not an infrequent occurrence, unfortunately. And yes, we know there's some family stuff that's happening.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, not surprised to see that he canceled, unfortunately.
No,
but nonetheless, I mean, like, awesome crowd, lots of cool cosplay. I hadn't been back. This is probably 5 or 6 years since I've been. I was at Rhode Island Comic Con the first year for quite a bit. But anyway, it was fun to be back. Got to see lots of our friends, Joe St. Pierre, Craig Russo, Ian was there, Ian Chase Nichols. So
did you see Joe's hair?
Joe McDonald?
Joe St. Pierre's hair. I mean, Joe St. Pierre's hair had its own table and booth. Eric Hunting wants to know, wow, you should have been there last night in Angry Geeks. We're going to talk about wrestling tonight. Wants to know, what was your favorite cosplay? I can't answer that because I was MC of the cosplay contest. They were all the winners. Oh my God, when the video is released, just wait and you see who won. Just outstanding, just beautiful. People are like, oh my God, I love your cosplay. I'm like, dude, I dress like this all the time. What the hell are you talking about? And it was so funny because Neil was like, he does. Even like when I was wearing the Elvis jacket, because the Batman and the Superman jackets, they were like, oh my God, that's awesome. And he dresses like that all the time. What are you talking about? This ain't cosplay, man. I just dress like this. I can't really say what's my favorite cosplay, but what about you, Jack? They want to know. Did you see I saw some wrestling cosplay. I did see.
There were some good ones. There was a good Ric Flair. There was a good Ric Flair walking around.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. He had a really amazing robe. Like it was near replica. It was phenomenal. It was like that dark blue with all the, rhinestones and everything. Super cool.
See, I didn't see again being in the back. I didn't see much. And there's Friday's outfit right
Oops,
there.
there it is. Yep.
And that's what
it.
Heidi
That's the
grabbed me
one.
before. Heidi grabbed me beforehand, before I started getting busy. I was only on the floor a handful of times, so I mean, I only saw the cosplay during the cosplay contest, the kids and the adults.
Well, before we move on from Rhode Island Comic-Con, I wanted to show you the very first promotional material for my new card game Lamsters, Rhode Island Comic-Con exclusive card here. So promoting this game, which we'll be talking about soon. The Kickstarter should be launching in about 2 to 3 weeks, right around Thanksgiving, kind of defying some of the conventional logic of Kickstarter. But anyway, that's going to be coming up. So we got to provide a little promotion to a lot of fans who seem to be digging it. So we'll be talking more about that as we're coming up. But anyway, I'm designing the cover for the game at this moment. Going to finish coloring it up, and then we'll start posting some peeks at that. But it was a fun show, man. Tons of people. There's certainly no lack of attendance at that show.
No, not at all. Not at all. I just thought it was funny when people were saying, "Hey, great cosplay." I was like, "Thank you," but I dress like this all the time, even at home. How many times have you came to the house and I was like this?
It's a common occurrence. It's a common occurrence.
Or with one of the Superman jacket, the Macho Man jackets, whatever, bandanas on my head. Yeah, I mean,
Johnny Wrestling pants.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's just me, not cosplay.
It's another day at the office or at home for Lewis.
Yes, just I love the bling, man. It's just me.
Well, speaking of attendance, we also had a record-setting attendance at Blood, Sweat, and Tears at United
I heard, and I could not go. And yes, I do wear the gorilla head, Eric, and you know that. Now it's so funny, Eric. Now Eric doesn't even see me in public, very rarely. And Eric would know because one day I showed up live streaming with a gorilla mask on, my gorilla head. It's just me. I just show up doing stupid things. And yes.
I don't think they're stupid. They're fun. They're fun things.
Yes. And Wolfie comes in and says, the only cosplay for Lewis is if there's a cape involved in a thong. How do you know I don't wear thong underwear?
We don't even need to know. Theater of the mind, Lewis. Theater of the mind.
Well, I'm just saying, my life's an open book. I mean, I'm on the internet 4 times a week. So, hey, everybody got to know.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
No, I don't wear it. I don't.
Yeah. It's cool, man. We don't want to hear about the studded ones you got either. There's no need for detail. But United by One was raising a lot of money for juvenile diabetes.
Yes.
And a young fan named Gavin won the raffle for a piece of artwork by me. So Gavin is going to be featured in one of my next pieces of artwork. So I'm going to be doing that up for that young man.
Is it that piece of artwork right there?
That is the promotional piece, but no, it is not. That is not the piece. Gavin's piece has not been created yet. It's up in here right now. It's in my dome, but it's going to be coming out into reality in the not too distant future. Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. Wolfie's digging it.
Yeah, Wolfie is definitely digging it. Let's get into wrestling. This is a wrestling podcast. This is a wrestling TV show. And I want to talk a little bit about wrestling. We started in the beginning with wishing Macho a happy birthday. My boy turned heel again.
Yeah.
I'm digging it. I am. I'm digging it. I'm not sore. I mean, Asuka turned heel. I'm digging it. She joined, Damage Control. Now Drew turned heel. Looks like joining Judgment Day. I'm digging it. I'm digging both of it. I think it is awesome. They both got screwed over a gazillion times. So why not?
It's a natural progression of the storyline for sure.
Yeah. I mean, well, think about this. I mean, the greatest of all time. Tomorrow's his birthday, Macho. How many times? He soared with the Eagles. He slithered with the Snakes. He's been everywhere in between. But he's going to tell you this, the same thing with Drew McIntyre. I'm down with it. It's okay. You can do that. You could soar with the eagles. You could slither with the snakes, and you could be everywhere in between. And that's exactly what my two favorites today are doing. I'm down with it. And I'm so happy Kairi is back. We did that. And let's see. Wolfie says, how many members of Judgment Day do you need? How many members of the NWO did we need? It was everybody. But now, during dinner, I was talking with Rose about this. Maybe that's his way to get his hands on Money in the Bank. Gets his hands on that briefcase. We never know. But I think you never know. You never know what can happen. Maybe somebody's going to get kicked out of Judgment Day. You never know. Or maybe he's just going to be like back in the day with the Four Horsemen. He's just going to be an associate. Because remember, Luger, before he was a part of the Four Horsemen, he was just an associate. He was not a part of the Horsemen. He was always an associate.
Well, I'm glad JD McDonough is officially part of it, because that was kind of a long time where things start to feel him pretty dragged out. So I'm glad he's there. That's cool. And I'm glad Drew McIntyre, whether he's an associate or a full-fledged member, is a part of the faction in some way.
Eric says he definitely liked his aggression. I did too. I only saw a clip of it during my lunch break. They're downstairs watching it right now because I'm up here with Jack. But I watch different things. I have to watch it. But I'm definitely digging it. And I think it's great. But when Asuka turned on Bianca, I was giggling. I was like, ah! My evil laugh came out. I was I dug it. I mean, because I saw it happening. I was like, she's gonna do this. This is what's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And then it happened. I was like, yeah, I'm happy. Right.
The women division is actually starting to shape up. It's pretty impressive. I'm keeping my eye on the WWE women's division. Wolfie says, I hated the over explosion of NWO. True about Luger and JJ, even though he was a manager, he was never a wrestling member. Yes, let's not make this the next NWO. We don't need that.
No, but we could definitely have him as an associate. I like the associate idea. Do you see Jay finally has his own single signing lined up? Did you see that?
Yeah, I still don't know if I buy into the Usos by themselves, but whatever. If people are digging it, that's cool.
Okay, well, I think it's time for Jay. I really do. And
the whole yeet thing is kind of old for me already, but I will see.
Oh my God. You don't live with your nephew.
Oh, no, I do not.
Oh my God. Did he say that to you at the convention?
He did. Oh. I got
a yeet. Yes. Wolfie says that he likes Jay by himself. I just look at him. He goes, hey, Dad, do we need anything in the store? Yeah, get this. Yeet. I'm like, I'm going to kill him.
I can't wait for that to be over and they move on to something else. But whatever, good for him, I guess. I don't know. I don't quite get the breaking up of the Usos, but anyway, hopefully they'll get back together for WrestleMania or something. Eric says, yeet the yeet.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, who comes up with this stuff? I swear, I don't know.
Please, nobody buy either of us a yeet t-shirt for Christmas, please.
No. I can't believe Christmas is almost here. Oh my God.
It's insane. Yeah, it's creeping up on us fast. But we got to focus on Thanksgiving because that's the Survivor Series War Games, and that's coming up in 2 weeks. There's some pretty interesting matches.
It is on Thanksgiving weekend?
Yeah, it's the 24th, right?
Really?
Isn't it? Isn't this Monday
it's a Friday?
The go-home episode?
It's
Friday
Friday?
or Saturday. I'm not sure. I don't know.
But it's probably the 25th
after Thanksgiving because this Monday is the go home show.
Okay, then it's the Saturday after Black Friday.
Yes, Black Friday is on a Friday, Lewis. Just want to make sure.
That's what I just said. It's the Saturday after Black Friday. That's
let's see here. I think you're probably right. I guess they would be hard pressed to do. The 25th. Yeah. So yes, Saturday, November 25th, is the Survivor Series War Games.
All right, and Wolfie comes in. He's comparing the Bellas to the Usos. Jack, what does he say?
Oh, no. The Bellas. Let's not get carried away now. The Bellas were a silly little team of twins that had a funny gimmick, and they're attractive girls. And the Usos are one of the top tag teams in the world. There's a big difference.
Yes, the Bellas are just.
Oh, please. I mean, let's stop. The typical nonsense where they stick a lot of the women performers with, where they're doing like the junior versions of their husbands or partners maneuvers, which is the most annoying trait ever.
Yeah, no.
Bye Bellas. Go back to reality TV. That'll be a good spot for you. I think in Kardashian up over there.
Kardashian. Oh, and Wolfie says he was talking storyline. Thank you, Wolfie. Thank you for clearing that up, brother.
I've repressed whatever the storyline was for the Bellas splitting up. I don't even remember. No idea. Sorry.
Well, back then, I mean, they really didn't have any talent for the women division back then. It's not like today. It's not like we had a Bailey or an Asuka or a Kari or an Io or a Dakota or a Raquel. We didn't have none of these people. We didn't have a Charlotte. We didn't have none of these people.
There's a plethora of talent. It's a question of booking. No one's questioned whether WWE has hoarded a ton of talent. It's whether or not they can book them. And that's been a problem. So let's see what happens. Because now, Jade Cargill, and I hear a lot of people bitching online, like, how can they pay her all this money and she's not wrestling? Like, look, in case you haven't noticed, AEW protected the hell out of her, and she's green as goose shit. So WWE is being really smart and making sure they got the ducks in a row so she doesn't embarrass the company and herself when she does have that debut match. And I think they're being really smart about the way they're handling her.
Oh, they are. Wolfie says Zoe Stark is awesome. Yes, absolutely. Yes. She is awesome. Shayna Baszler, I mean, Shayna is definitely underrated.
Rhea
And
Ripley.
Will, I want to talk about the bunny in a second. I want to bring that up to Jack. So Will, you just stay there.
Did you see Will in Rhode Island?
I did briefly. Will saw me. He was down in the amp, ran by him a couple times. I was only in the amp maybe twice.
I saw Will.
Once. I had to go down there for a meeting. Had to go down there for. I went down there Friday to introduce myself to Brandon Roth's camp. His agent and I were friends. I didn't even know it. I went down there to talk to him, and then I went down there. I had a group photo with the staff I had to take, and I had a meeting down there. So I was only down in the amp like 3 times, but I ran by Will a few times. No, Will, the pleasure was all mine. Thank you very much, man. It was my pleasure.
Mine too.
No, Jay. No, we will not talk about Pirate Metal.
No, next.
Yes. No, what the hell was I going to talk about?
Zoe Stark versus Rhea Ripley for the women's title at Survivor Series. Great match.
No, yes, it's going to be a great match. I wanted to talk to something. I want to talk about the bunny.
Yes, you want to talk about the new service that she's offering now that her contract expired as an AEW original talent.
Yes, that's what I want to talk about.
I know you well, Lewis.
Yes, you do. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about this website, Jade Cargill. That's what I want to talk about before we get into the bunny. It just clicked into my head. Hot woman. Okay, so let's talk about Jade. Yes, they pay her a lot of money to come to the WWE. WWE is being very, very cautious with her. This is an investment, man. They have to treat her like a diamond because she is going to come in and she's going to decimate everybody. She's going to walk all over Charlotte. She's going to walk all over Becky. And Bianca Belair, she's going to be a flash in the pan when Jade hits that ring. They want to fine-tune her. They want to make her like a Ferrari. a Lamborghini. They just want her to go out there and shine and move. They don't want her to go out there and get blowed up. They just want her to be as sleek as the Batmobile. That's the top of the line. That's what they want. Because yeah, AEW did protect her, but like Jack said, she was green. They don't want that. They're going to make her. AEW already made her into the female Goldberg. WWE don't want to make that mistake that they did with Goldberg. They're going to bring her in. They're going to work with her. They're having her train with the best. And when she comes in, it is going to be incredible. They're just going to have her come in, and it's going to be boom, 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 boom. We're going to get the Jay Cargill that we've seen in AEW times 10,000. Just watch. It's not going to be a letdown. Triple H knows what he's doing. And the old crazy guy is staying away. Let Triple H do his magic. And Eric says Charlotte should be her final boss. I agree. Right there. Yes. Because right now she's already making the rounds. She's showing up, getting in people's faces, but she's not being loud. She's being very quiet. She's being that Buford Pusser, right? She's being walking tall. She's carrying that stick. People saying stuff to her, and all she's doing is saying something back. Not being snotty. She's being very polite. Okay, she's being snarky. She's just saying something, and people, oh, I know who you are. I seen what you did, and they're walking away. That's what they want, and that's what they're going to get. Okay, let's get to the porn. Bunny, oh my God, she gets laid off. She gets whatever, and then
her
she
contract
opens up.
expired.
Yes, her contract expired. Instead of going to say, "Hey, Triple H, give me a job," she goes in a whole nother direction. I didn't think of that.
You didn't?
No, I was just like, I did not think she would do that. Most people would think, oh, your contract's expired. Let me go to another company of the business
Same
that
genre.
I'm already yes, the business I'm already in. She just went way over here and is like, hey boys, look at these. Hey girls, look at these. And people are like, take my money.
Boing.
Exactly. It is just like
Her and Mandy Rose.
I know. They are flooding to that website like, what the hell, you know? It's crazy.
Yeah,
And
it's nutty.
It's
Well, her boyfriend's out of work too. So the Butcher and the Blade have also had their contracts expire. So they're out. And as we know, Brian Pillman Jr. or whatever, Lex King, is that what they're calling him now?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who's just, as Tony Khan promised, he's not just firing people. If your contract expires, it might not get renewed. It's like anywhere else you work.
I mean, the second I heard that about the bunny, I was like, what? What is she doing? I was like, holy moly. She didn't waste no time at all. And it's like, what?
How long did it take you to sign up?
What's that noise? I did not sign up at all.
Okay. There you go. Hello.
Not at all. I mean, wow.
You want to
Not
betray Asuka?
No, not at all.
Well, anyway, there is some new entertainment.
Will
for
Yates
wrestling
says
fans.
LOL. Will
Yeah.
Yates says
He's
LOL.
lolling.
Yes, he is. But I mean, it was definitely. I mean, the second I saw that, I was like, right out. I was like, yeah, I gotta go. See ya.
Feet still fail me now.
I know. Exactly. I mean, how many people do we know? How many people signed up? Now, this is not an OnlyFans. This is kind of like this is like what Mandy Rose is doing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw Mandy at Terracon, she was surrounded by bodyguards everywhere, not just con security. She had no, I would say Will Yates comes in. This is kind of like China and Playboy. I would not really. I wouldn't say that. No, I wouldn't say that. Big six dudes, yes. Will, you know that. And that green dress that she was wearing, holy moly! If I wasn't stuck in the panel room, I tell you, and she had a line too.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt she had a line. I mean, imagine the line for Orange Cassidy, and then imagine the line for Mandy Rose. I mean, it's a different appeal.
But definitely.
Different set of talents, different set of skills. Eric Hunting asks, did Butcher and Blade start on OnlyFans also? That would be a really interesting page. Will Yates says, hubba, hubba, she walked right on by.
Yes,
hello
I know,
and goodbye.
Yes, I know. And it's, it is time for Old School Trivia. Old School Trivia brought to you by Alternate Universe LLC and Blood, Sweat, and Tears Wrestling. Tomorrow is New Comic Book Day. Make sure you contact Eric and the guys. 20 years in the business. 2 locations, back issues, graphic novels, trade paperbacks, collectibles, subscription service. Even if you can't make it to the shop, Eric will deliver them to you. You know, make them flat, just like Stan Lee used to do. Send them to you in the mail. Just contact him. DM him, DM Alternate Universe, Facebook, Instagram. He will set you up. Old School Trivia is now. I've been taking it too easy on you, Jack. You've been getting, and Eric, and everybody else, and the guests, you've been getting multiple choice. You ain't getting that this week.
Okay.
What was the opening contest of Super Brawl 92?
Oh, good Lord, man.
No Googling.
I'm not Googling.
Fort Mason is in the house.
What's up, Fort
Mason says he is ready. What is the opening? What was the opening contest of Super Bowl 92?
Wow, man. This is like super
now
random.
I will give you guys a hint. No Googling. For those of you listening and watching. Listening and watching. No Googling. I will give you a hint. It was for a championship and they tore the house down.
Oh, man. I want to say the Steiners were part of it, but I got to think about, I can't remember. I really don't know who the tag champs were in 1992 in WCW. Oh man, I once again, I believe you've got me, but just give me a second. How about Harlem Heat versus the Steiner brothers?
Harlem Heat. You are wrong. Now let's go to the board and let's see. Will Yates says Sting versus Luger. Fort Mason says Hacksaw and the British Bulldog. Eric Hunting says Dustin versus Austin. And what does the board say? All wrong. Wow. You are all wrong because what the opening contest was, Jushin Thunder Liger versus Brian Pillman for the WCW Light Heavyweight title. In that match, Brian Pillman regained the belt from Jushin Thunder Liger.
Wow, I'm jealous. I want to go back and watch that. That sounds great.
Yes, they tore the house down. That was considered match of the night.
Wow, man. Well, you got me. I wasn't the least bit prepared for that.
And what is that?
Yeah, let's delete that one.
Yeah, we'll have to delete that spam comment. And Will Yates says, wow, great question. Well, thank you very much. And Eric Hunting says, I thought that was a different event. No, my friend, it was not. That was Starrcade 92.
I mean, I don't feel so bad, Eric. Honestly, you're kind of my barometer for how well I should do here. If you didn't get it, I'm not feeling super guilty that I didn't get it. I feel like you're a few steps ahead of me in this game.
2 steps ahead of you.
Eric Hunting knows his stuff, man.
Oh, I know he does. He does.
Yeah, let's not question that. But listen,
I'm not at all. I mean,
we haven't even talked about the Survivor Series card, and we got to get to. Let me talk
Eric Hunting rock, baby. Eric Hunting is a big rip, and I have much respect for our fan Eric Hunting for sure.
Good. Well, we do, but I think Eric Hunting would also like us to get through the Survivor Series card before he has another birthday.
What you say to me, bitch?
Hey, I'm not some kid behind a comic book vendor. I'll show up to your house.
I know. Well, you only live 20 minutes away.
I know. So we got LA Knight taking on Solo Sikoa. What do we do? Is LA Knight going to win? He's got to, right?
They have to protect LA Knight at all cost.
Right.
And I did not watch, obviously, for obvious reasons, I did not watch Crown Jewel because...
You're morally opposed to it?
No.
Oh, you were at Rhode Island Comic-Con.
Yeah, and everything got spoiled for me.
Right.
Okay. But I am pissed off. I am pissed off that with the LWO, they're breaking up already. And Carlito and Escobar got to a fight.
But now you know why. Because Rey Mysterio needed surgery on his knee, so they had to do something to get rid of him.
Yeah, but I mean, they didn't have to break up the LWO. They could have did something else, for crying out loud, and had Carlito and Escobar. I mean, that was really stupid. But anyway, LA Knight will win. They got to put him over.
I think you're right. I think at the very worst case situation, it's like a double count out or double disqualification.
No, they have to put him over.
I agree.
It's not going to be.
I agree with you. No debate here. And then the Intercontinental title match, what I do find a little bit baffling, is Gunther defending against The Miz. Yeah.
I mean, this is The Miz will be the last time we ever see him.
The chops will be impressive.
Yes.
And so you've got a lot of skin in the main event because potentially your boy Drew McIntyre is going to join this, and the rumor is that Randy Orton will join the other team for a 5 versus 5 War Games main event. But as it stands right now, it's Judgment Day versus Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn.
I'm digging that. Not just the music either. I think War Games is cool. And I'm really digging that Cody Rhodes is going to be in the main event in a match that his dad built. I think that is awesome. And if the main event of War Games this year is anything like it was last year, it's going to be incredible. Last year's War Games main event was phenomenal. You remember Sami Zayn and everything that he done during that match with the Bloodline. It was a phenomenal match.
It was great.
Just imagine. Yes, if they can top, these superstars can top this year, last year's, I'm all for it, man. I cannot wait for it.
I agree with you. They were knee deep in one of the best storylines of maybe the best storyline of the last few years. So it will be tough to outdo that. And I'm totally with you. Hope they do it.
Now, Drew was in the ring and beat the crap out of everyone on both teams, except for Cody Rhodes. He beat the crap out of everybody in that ring, except for Cody Rhodes.
Well, he's got another chance this year.
Yes, I know. So, I do have a lot of skin staked on this. I'm just going to be happy to watch all these guys in that ring, all this talent, to see what they can do. Plain and simple.
I agree with you. And I'm really looking forward to Survivor Series. I think WWE's gotten hot. SmackDown, Raw. I can't say that I've been watching the entirety of those shows, but what I have been watching, I've been loving the Creed brothers getting called up. That match with American Alpha, they've had a couple bangers already, and they're fresh on the main roster. So lots going on, and it's all moving in the right direction for me. The women's division, I mean, finally, we might be seeing strong booking of the women, and we I think we've been talking about this for a long time. They deserve it. They haven't been getting it. So let's hope we get more of it. You know, even Xia Li, who I, think is like, whatever. They've been booking her really well.
All right. Well, let's talk about Xia Li. Xia Li and Lacey Evans. Now, Eric Hunting and Will Yates, you're both going to agree with me on this. Xia Li and Lacey Evans were running parallel. They didn't know what to do with either one of them. Constant repackaging. Okay. Right. The only difference was Xia Li is likable. She was likable. She could get over with the crowd. It's just they didn't find something that worked with her. She was personable. The crowd liked her. She had a connection with the crowd. Lacey Evans, no connection. No matter what she did, we booed her because she was boring. No one liked her but her boobs. No one liked Lacey Evans. No one liked her. No one liked her when she was the Southern Belle. No one liked her when she was supposedly Sergeant Slaughter's student, and he never showed up to work because he didn't think the gimmick was going to work, and it didn't. It's just no one. So they said, you know what? We're done trying with you. We just get rid of her. There you go. So now, what the hell? Dude, give me a second. Anyway,
Lewis doesn't like when people interrupt.
We're not going to talk about the Friday night panel because we almost killed somebody. Well, I had nothing to do with it. My hands were clean. Okay. I had nothing to do with it. And we won't talk about that right now. It had all to do with my sponsor. And technically, he's the dude that got sick, was one of my sponsors too, because he just signed a contract with me. And it's just, I had nothing to do with it. It was my other sponsor told him, who is his business partner, and he drank his own product. Don't worry about it. I'll get to that in a second. Anyway, Xia Li on fire right now. She's going to get over. It's perfect.
All right. So Xia Li aside, we've got a fun card that we do need to talk about that I am going to be at. I don't know if you are. It's going to be in historic Holyoke, Massachusetts on Friday night, the 17th.
Nope. I don't think I am.
Okay. Well, I will be there proudly representing the Faces
this Friday
and Heels
night
podcast this Friday, the 17th of November.
Well, where was you? Where was you at Blood, Sweat, and Tears? You were supposed to be there.
I know. My son's event got pushed back over 2 hours, and there was no way I could make it. I was in Rentham, Massachusetts, and if you don't know where that is, you're not alone. I had to find out. But yeah.
That's like 40 minutes away from me the other way.
It's probably more than that. It's like southwest of Boston.
That's like 65 minutes.
Yeah, right. It trust me. Yeah, it's like an hour and a half for me, and then I would have had to. By the time I got home, United by One just started.
I had to hang out with a little dude that is near and dear to my heart on Saturday.
I saw some pictures.
Yes, and I love hanging out with this little dude, and what he did, I taught him a new trick. Plus, we sat down, we watched Superman, we watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and he had no idea what's going on because he's only 7 months old.
Did you teach him how to fart in a bottle?
Nope. But I taught him how to fight. So what I did was, he was sitting down with Grandma, and I said, JJ! And he looked at me, and I said, put him up. And he put him up, and then we did like the Three Stooges. And then we did that. Then he was sitting on the other side of the room, and I said, JJ! And JJ looked at me, and then he started going like this without me even being there. So I had fun.
Life skills 101. There you go. This kid is learning.
Yeah.
Will Yates, there is a great outlet in Rentham. That's the only thing I know about it. And I went there and got an amazing pair of Adidas sneakers. So I am with you there. Robert Manning says, how can I get on this podcast? I've got a great story. You're on the podcast, sir. You are on. Give it to us. Tell us your story.
All right. Now, hold on one second. Let's get back to Fort Mason. Fort Mason says, Lewis, I was at your Friday night panel in Rhode Island. How did you get into wrestling, and what's your origin story? My origin story. Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say sometime in 1967, my mom and my dad, they got a little Randy. And I like to think it was in back of my dad's 55 Chevy. But my mom says it was different. They got little Randy and they started bumping uglies. And as they bumped the uglies, I came in. That's where I started. That's the beginning of my origin story was I came from my dad and then grew out my mom. So that's the beginning of my origin story. So from there, I grew up. Sad to say. I grew up. And then I grew up in Norwalk, Connecticut, and I started watching cartoons. And I was very educated, TV educated, with the Hong Kong Phooey and the Super Friends and the Herculoids and Hanna-Barbera. They were fantastic. It was a Fantastic Voyage. All the good stuff. Nothing but the good stuff. 66 Batman, that got me into comic books because you go down to Cody Variety. And I was like, hey, this is Batman. He's on TV. And then from there, I found Superman, who became my favorite, with George Reeves. So then I started reading Superman with George Reeves. And then from George Reeves, I picked up another Batman book and I opened it up. And then there was a Flash in it. It was Brave and the Bold. And I was like, who's this guy? So then I started reading about crossovers. And then Spider-Man was on, right? So Spider-Man cartoon. And I found out that the Spider-Man cartoon. So I got Spider-Man comic books. And then all of a sudden, this whole world opened up.
Fort wasn't looking for this much detail.
He asked me my origin story.
Your wrestling origin story.
Oh, my wrestling. I was watching, I forget where it was. I was over at my brother's godmother's house. I must have been about 7, 8 years old. And I saw these two big dudes on TV picking their nose and eating it with another guy. Happened to be the Wild Samoans. They were picking their boogers and eating it. And I was like,
I can do that.
Yes, I can do that. So as I watched it, 9 o'clock at night, WOR TV out of Jersey, watching it, and I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Then they cut the promo and they went into the ring with Gerald. This next contest, and I start watching that shit. And then like Tony Gurria came out with Rick Martel. They were tag team champions. And then the Moondogs came out and they had this match and they were beating the crap out of each other. And I was like, I love this. Next thing I know, I'm going to the Norwalk High School arena where my grandfather was a police officer. And I got to meet these guys. And that's where I fell into love with wrestling. And I always said, one day I'm going to do that, which I did. 1997, I started training, went to school, had my first match. And then I retired in 2005 because I got hurt because I was stupid. And now I can't do anything because I'm a broken down old pug. And now I'm just me. That's it. Hey, we got some more comments.
We read that one.
Got a little Randy. No, Randy, his birthday is tomorrow. The greatest of all time. The one and only Macho Man, Randy Savage. Yeah. And I think that spotlight should go on top of me. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm the tower of power, and I'm too sweet to be sour. I'm funky like a monkey. Yeah, can you dig it? Yeah. It's like the most important man in the world standing here, and you got a conversation going. That's right. What was my wrestling name? Well, I had a couple of them. You know, I was Spider Rico when I wore the mask. I was Talon Steel, and I was the Backstreet Boy, and I was also Sabotage #2.
The Backstreet Boy is my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, I was doing the Backstreet Drop, which is modeled after Macho Man's flying elbow off the top rope, brother. Yeah, that's what I was.
All right, so now we're past Lewis's origin story. We're going to squeeze in a little commentary about the Blitzkrieg show this Friday in Holyoke, Massachusetts.
Wait, really quick. Jack did show pictures of me in the ring and stuff before, way back when. Jack,
yeah, you could check our social media for it. I mean, I might repost some of that. There's some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, I was actually heavyweight champion as the Backstreet Boy.
He looks like the Medium show in one particular picture. I'll try to find.
So no, I was medium sexy.
You were also the Medium show for a brief period of time.
All right, go ahead.
So Blitzkrieg Pro, Friday,
Yes.
17th, Holyoke, Massachusetts, historic Holyoke, Massachusetts. So Blitzkrieg Pro, if like I haven't been going to the shows as long as some others who would remember this, but MJF used to be in Blitzkrieg Pro, and now look at him, he's the champion in AEW. And if I'm not mistaken, and Jeremy, sorry if I'm wrong about this, but I'm really excited for what I think is the debut of Sonny Kiss this Friday, who's taking on Dirty Dango in a one-on-one match.
Dirty Dango.
Yeah, you know him.
Yeah, I do.
And then TJ Crawford against Aaron Rourke, which will be fire. That is going to be
Yeah, I got my ass beat in that picture.
Yeah, hey, you might get it beat.
Keep going, Jack. Keep going.
You keep interrupting me, I might give you your next beating. And then we got a 4 corners match. We got the Shook Crew versus the Haven versus Candyman and Kirby Wackerman versus Delta House. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think we met all these guys. And a tag team unification match between 35mm Magic and Miracle Gen. So the IWTV tag team titles up against the Blitzkrieg Pro tag team championships. Who's going to win them all?
Me. I'm coming out of retirement.
Wow. Okay. Well,
now, I was asked to come out of retirement. I said, "What are you, friggin' nuts?"
Yeah. Please. Never. I think I made a Texas tornado comment when you said that. I won't.
I think you did. Yeah. I think you did.
CPA is fighting Logan Black, our friend Logan Black, who's been on both Angry Geeks and this show, of course. Yeah. Sammy Diaz, who we've also had on, is facing Akira, who I've never seen in Blitzkrieg Pro. Maybe it was before my time of going to the shows. I could be wrong. Mm-hmm. And then we got a triple threat. It's going to be 50 Cal versus Danny Miles versus King Crab. Ooh,
King Crab.
That's right.
Boy, I remember when I used to look like that.
Yeah, that luscious long hair, that luscious long Lewis hair.
Yeah, thank you for pulling those up, guys. Hold on.
Sydney, that's funny. Will Yates says, can you get Sydney Bacabella on? That guy gets it. He is funny. A lot of Wrestling Open history there. Yeah, maybe I should contact Sydney. That's a good idea, Will. I'm going to do that. I'm taking you up on that. Let me see what I can do.
Okay, Fort, I hope that answers your question.
That was thorough, Lewis. That was thorough.
Yeah, we do have some VHSs around because back then it was just VHSs that we had. We do have some of them. I just got to get them and pop them up. See if we can get them to work. So, but yeah, Jack has more on our on the Faces and Heels social media, not the Angry Geek. So make sure you pop up there and see them.
Please. And we're winding down with less than 1 minute. So I don't think there's anything else we needed to really talk about, so we can get into it next week. But in the meantime, if you're looking for any Christmas gifts, one-of-a-kind artwork, the holidays are upon us. Lewis and I were lamenting over this earlier. So if you're looking for some original art, Jack Purcell Inc., INK, that's both on Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. If you're on Threads, give me a follow, all right? Come on over on Threads. But if you're looking for some artwork, get on my list. There's a limited amount of spots available. We've only got a few weeks left. And I still got to draw that piece for Gavin over at Blood, Sweat, and Tears. So that's coming up too. Eric Hunting says he needs my 2 newest cards. We'll make it happen, Eric. Have not forgotten about you. We'll do it. But anyway, great artwork. Get a one-of-a-kind gift for your friends. And then let's talk to Lewis Perry.
Hey, you can find me every Monday night streaming live on the Angry Geek Show. You find me every Tuesday night with this cat, my brother from another mother, the one and only Inksling and Jack Purcell. And then I got a lot of other stuff just popping. You don't know when I'm going to show up. I got something in the works with this dude. I got something in the works with this dude. I got something in the works with these people. You don't know when I'm going to pop up because I'm just like a wart. I'm going to pop up on you, and you're just going to see me live, and I'm going to be in living color somewhere on the Angry Geeks Network, on this network, always on Pod TV. But just be prepared because I'm always going to show up. And you know what I do? Just say hi, okay? Because I love to say hi. I love to make you people laugh. I love to make up facetious stories. And I love to just be me. And Will Yates, it was a pleasure seeing you. Fort, you should have came over and said hi, brother. I wanted to meet you. Jack was trying to get us to hook up. I would have loved to have said hi to you. I know I was a bit busy and preoccupied during my panel.
You'll have another opportunity.
Yes, just please, always come over. You see me in public. You see me shopping at the Walmart. Trust me, my wife doesn't care. I had people run up and hug me before. Just come over and say hi because that's what I love. And because I love meeting people. That's why I do what I do. But most of all, I love pimping out my friends. Get some artwork from this guy. And you know what? Watch this.
Angry geeks have left the building.